The third largest cause of accidental death for children in the UK is drowning. Learning to swim saves lives, but it also has other positive effects on pupils' behaviour.
It builds confidence, and we know that confidence equals motivation and motivation equals achievement.
Builds up confidence, self-esteem, opens up a wide range of activities that they can take part.
Kids love the whole environment about swimming. They walk into a swimming pool and they make a noise and it echoes. They get in the water and their feet move from underneath them.
It just feeds into everything that we do because children are being successful in other ways, not just through literacy and numeracy.
If you don't know how to swim, then if you go in the water, you might be scared. If you know how to swim, then you can teach your sister.
One moment.
By the end of Key Stage 2, pupils are expected to be able to swim 25 metres. Yet it was recently reported that more than a third of primary children leave school without mastering basic swimming skills. In London, the situation is even worse. Figures show that across the city, almost half of Key Stage 2 pupils don't achieve their 25-metre goal. In some boroughs, that figure rises to 80%, failing to hit target.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10...
Earlham Primary in East London is aware of the problems it faces.
Our children don't have a general opportunity or the availability to go to swimming pools.
Swimming's not seen as a family pastime in a lot of the cultures that are in place in London. And often they don't see the benefit of actually engaging that sort of family time into coming swimming.
How will you feel inside when you can swim?
I think I'll feel like the fastest mermaid in the whole wide world.
Mind the door.
The school has prioritised teaching their pupils to swim, a whole-school approach that incorporates 3 class years. Attending a term's lessons to boost water confidence are Year 3 pupils. For the entire year, children have a half-hour session on a weekly basis in Year 4. And for those who need it, they've successfully used the government-funded top-up scheme in Year 6. The school understands how to accommodate the needs of its diverse intake, which means that parents are happy for children to take part. They're lucky to have Atherton Leisure Centre within walking distance.
Here at Earlham Primary School, we go swimming once a week on Tuesdays, and the session starts at 11:30. It takes us 15 minutes to walk to the swimming pool. Along the way, we sing songs, we do some chants about swimming and get psyched up to get the kids in the right frame of mind.
But before even setting off for the pool, the Amateur Swimming Association suggests that a first swimming lesson shouldn't necessarily mean getting the children wet.
Ideally, what we would like before the pupils actually attend their first swimming lesson is to have maybe 1 or 2 lessons back in the classroom.
So you're going to have to really listen to this, aren't you? We're going to have to think differently when we're at that swimming pool. And we're going to have to think about some of these water safety rules.
We have a fantastic National Curriculum Resource Pack which has got worksheets in there, and there's some great ones on what they should do before they go to the pool and what they should know about. Introducing them to the equipment that they're going to be using at the pool, so they feel comfortable with the floats, woggles, etc., and why they're using them.
OK, we could put it there, couldn't we? Because then what can she do with her arms, look? What can you do with your arms? Do you need to hold it there? What can you do with your arms? She can move her arms, look, and she can kick as well.
And also some information on water safety and how they should behave, and actually what they would be taking to the swimming pool, their swimming costume and towel.
What does it make you do? As soon as I go, what does it make you do?
Makes you stop and get out.
Makes you stop and get out, doesn't it?
Because some of these children have never seen a swimming pool in their life before, and it would be a really quite a frightening experience. So we want to make sure that they enjoy that experience, and their first swimming lesson at the pool is a happy one.
Once at the leisure centre and ready for the lesson, Fair's job is ensuring the pupils enter the water safely.
We have to sit on the edge of the swimming pool and put your hands like that, and then you turn around and you slide in.
It's recommended that only teachers with a Level 2 teaching certificate actually instruct the pupils. But class teachers do have an important role to play poolside.
Going to the pool, it gives them an opportunity to teach in a different environment from the classroom, and they have a great deal of knowledge about the pupils already, and that knowledge transferred into the pool, the pupils trust them, and they will actually be able to help them progress, we feel, quicker.
Beautiful strength. Is he bending his knees?
As class teacher, I have a strong relationship with the individuals in my classroom.
Don't stop. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't. Come on, further. Don't stop. Go. If you blow really strongly, Sabiha, you won't make that funny sound. Instead of sounding like, it'll be, show me how. Blow strongly.
They are motivated and focused, and they want to achieve it because it's me and we have a relationship.
1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Gillian's about to bring out the hoops. To go under the water and through that hoop, you're going to need to have what kinds of feelings?
Brave feelings.
Where does bravery come from? Little finger? It's how you think in your mind.
The hoops is a challenge that a lot of the children really enjoy. The challenge is to swim underwater by either stepping into the hoop and under and through, or by swimming through. And obviously to do this you have to be able to open your eyes to see where you're going, and you have to be able to hold your breath. Two things that beginning swimmers find very challenging.
Do it again, do it again. High five, high five. High five, you're a legend.
All right, you ready?
For Gil Levy, as the school's PE coordinator, having the class teacher poolside ensures that the pupils' progress can be closely monitored.
I found that when my children 2 years ago were invited to swimming lessons, the first thing I was asked is what ability they were, and I had no records. I had to rely purely on what the children were telling me. I've come up with a list of criteria on a grid which doubles up as a register, which I ask the teacher that accompanies the class just to tick off the skills that the children have attempted or have achieved.
You can do that. Open your eyes under the water. Well done. I was not convinced, because I think you just closed your eyes and aimed for it.
Samuel, in you come.
Gil is also a qualified swimming instructor.
That's it, holding the wall.
The process through the Amateur Swimming Association is fairly straightforward. The ASA are really helpful and go out of their way as much as possible to help people attain their qualifications.
Hold on carefully, put your feet up on the wall. That's very good. Brilliant.
Gil being on hand also means that class sizes can shrink.
In a Learn to Swim class sizes of 30 are pretty difficult to teach, and I have a huge amount of respect for the amount of good skills that the kids actually come out with. The fact that I'm a swimming coach as well, I try as much as possible to go down with the different classes so that we can break the group up into smaller, more manageable parts.
Wait for me. We're going to open the curtains, close the curtains. Open the curtains, close the curtains. Let's go. Open, keep your arms in the water. Keep your arms in the water, open the curtains, close.
There's a bigger focus on the children, they can receive more instruction, and it becomes more of a learning lesson rather than just crowd control in water.
I like best learning to swim. So when we play games, we learn how to swim better and better. Jellyfish is a game where you have to put your head under the water, and what Mr. Levy said, if he says to brush your teeth under the water, you have to brush your teeth.
I play a game called Jellyfish with the kids where it is pretty much like Simon says, where whatever they do is an action given to them by the instructor, and it all takes place under the water.
Again, jellyfish, jellyfish.
I use as many everyday examples as I can in their swimming, opening and closing curtains to teach them sculling, doing big windmills, picking apples off trees and so on.
Right up. Look up at the spiders on the roof. Where are the spiders on the roof? Count the spiders. Count the spiders. That's it. Now push up your belly.
It gives them something to be able to talk about. Back in the playground, I counted 27 spiders on the roof and you only counted 15, and so there's a little bit of a competitive edge.
Long legs, rubbing your toes as you go past. Oh, don't touch them. Stretch out, stretch out. Legs together, legs together.
I find by distracting them through everyday things that they're used to, while engaging them in the swimming skill, helps a lot in dispelling many of the fears.
The school also ensures that lessons learnt in the water aren't just left at the poolside.
Well, we encourage our teachers to be fully involved in all aspects of the children's education, and by going to the pool side they can actually bring things that they've learnt in the pool and incorporate it across the whole of the curriculum themselves.
Today, I'm going to teach you how to solve the problem of finding the difference between how far you can swim and where your target is. I know a lot of schools these days are going over towards skills-based curriculum, which focuses on key skills like information processing, communication. With that freedom and flexibility, teachers have the capacity to do what's most relevant to the children. And what's most relevant to the children in Year 4 is swimming. Saad swims across the pool 3 times. How far did he swim all together? Sanjida.
Saad swam 24 meters altogether.
Well done. So anything to do with real life, for example, measuring in meters or measuring in seconds and minutes, swimming. It's exactly related to everything we're doing. We set targets on how many meters we can travel, and we set targets for how long we can hold our breath, and all that measuring is real life, and we bring that back to the classroom so there's a real valid context for the learning.
Learning to swim is good fun, and it might save our lives one day.
My main advice is to go for it, to look beyond the problems. We all do have time constraints, financial constraints, and we need to look beyond that.
We can't take it for granted that they're going to learn to swim outside of curriculum time, and you can sort of guarantee that if they don't learn to swim by the time they leave primary school, they're going to go into adulthood not being able to swim.
When they achieve, watching their little faces come out the water when they're so thrilled and so delighted that they've achieved something is just one of those great precious moments in teaching.
From the very first lesson to the end of the program, the amount of progress as well as confidence, especially from the weaker, shy, more anxious children, the rewards that we get as teachers makes it all worthwhile in the end for us.